I'm really happy to see exciting discussion happening, and there is quite a bit of learning to get from the solution of others. This can happen only in an advanced level workshop of the type we are doing, where people have already spent about a week solving a problem. And that's the reason why I told you that the certificate that we will issue will say that this is equivalent to 1 week work, right? So I would like to spend some time on discussing about promoting DWSIM. One of the problems in open source software is documentation. People don't know how to use. And that's the reason why we, for example, we created so many flow sheets in this example, in this software, for example. We have close to 175 flow sheets. For Scilab, we came up with textbook companions. We tried the textbook companion for DWSIM, but then there are not too many textbooks that are really applicable to DWSIM. We have done it for, I think, maybe 4 or 5 books, mostly introduction to chemical engineering kind of books. But flow sheeting seemed to be a better approach. So we started this project, flow sheeting. So I want to know what you think. You have some idea of DWSIM. The main benefit seems to be that it is open source software. Even industry can use it. You can use it in consulting problems. There are some companies, I think Dr. Reddy's lab or Aditya Birla Group, they have made DWSIM as a part of inside R, for example, made R, which is a statistical software, to call DWSIM repeatedly and address some of the statistical issues and so on. So it's a very powerful tool. It has its shortcomings, as you would have noticed. It doesn't have many years of existence compared to Aspen Plus. For example, Aspen Plus came in late 70s, early 80s. So many bugs would have been removed and lots of information there. But at the same time, it also comes with some amount of baggage. For example, if you want to add a custom model in Aspen Plus, you have to do it in Fortran. I'm not sure how many people in the audience, especially the students, even know how to spell Fortran. Okay, forget about using it. So whereas in DWSIM, Python is used, which is a modern programming tool. So there are pros and cons. One of the benefits we have, one of the advantages we have is our student strength, the number of colleges, faculty members, students. It is possible for us to come up with a, pose the shortcoming as a problem to be solved and solve it by, getting together, collecting people and working on that. This method is also useful if you want to get together as a group and solve large problems, right? I'm happy that we have 20 people, but for a country of our size, we should have at least 100 people participating in this workshop, right? Hopefully, we will go towards that as we make progress, okay? And we want to repeat this in other open source software also, in other topics, other fields, other engineering disciplines, and so on and so forth. So that's the thought process we have. So I want to, yes, Fortran, I know that was supposed to be a joke. I think most of you would have heard of Fortran spelling. So anyway, let's hear what you think. How do we promote DWSIM? That's the question. Anyone wants to go first? Please go ahead.
Sir, this is from NIT Jaipur.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, just for information, actually, we are going to conduct an workshop in our institute where initially we were planning to teach only Aspen Plus. And then when I come across, I mean, just 15 or 15 days back, before I was not aware about this DWSIM. Then one of my colleague, I think you may probably know him, Dr. Rohidas Boy. Then he told me about this particular software, that this is I mean, very easy. I mean, it is a very soft. I mean, you don't need huge. I mean, high configuration setup. It is a very light software, and it is free. Then what we did is we add this DWSIM as a hand-on session in this particular workshop, because Aspen Plus is not free software which can be used by the participants. Then so the planning was like, so the first half of this workshop will be the lecture of Aspen Plus, and then the same thing will be covered as a hands-on session in DWSIM in the second half. So this could be one of the, I mean, for your promoting of this particular software. I think it could be one of the best way.
Okay, thanks. Any other input? How should we promote? Yeah, Imran.
This is Imran from Anna University, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the main thing to promote the DWSIM towards students is conducting workshops during symposiums, sir. Because we came to know about Aspen Plus, HYSYS, and all these softwares during simulation during the symposium workshops, sir. So we are the symposium workshop. So we can contact the college administrations, or those who are conducting symposiums. So we can contact the final year students who are conducting the symposiums. So we can conduct the workshops in major institutes, sir. So that we can promote the DWSIM.
Yeah, in fact, all of you who have gone through this workshop will be able to conduct the DWSIM workshop by yourselves. Takes further materials from our webpage, use them. So we encourage you to do that. Thanks, Imran.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Any other comment?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Ayush again. Can we say in Aspen Energy Analyzer, we can do pinch analysis? Can we add, I mean, I don't think that is there in this particular DWSIM version of 6.1. Is it possible to include that one, just to get minimum energy network and then doing the pinch analysis and all?
Yeah, okay. I'll make a note of this. We'll answer these things later. Okay, any other input?
Sir, it is light difficult to operate, sir. Using Aspen and Unisim, it is we can easily converge the flow sheet, but it takes a lot of time, sir, and lot of effort needed, sir.
Yeah. So you are saying that it should be made simpler.
Yeah, it should be made easy to converge.
Made easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just give an example. I'll just give an example of an industry situation in India. Professor Naren knows the price of Aspen Plus. For example, it's very expensive. So even companies that have commercial software, let's say Aspen Plus or whatever, they typically have only one license, but they have 20 people waiting to use, because only one person can use it at a time. And if anybody tries to use it illegally, the company itself has to close down. So that is not at all permissible. And you cannot buy 20 licenses. So we encourage people to have, it's a question of, I just have to ask the students, all right, you say that it's a great software. Did you buy it? How many people buy software? Okay. So it's the same thing to industry. So what typically, we recommend is you use that software, but also have open source software like DWSIM, and maintain, everybody can use, everybody can, have their own copy, solve the second copy of that. Okay. Second solution. So you have two parallel solutions. One is with the commercial software. The other one is in the open source software. Everybody uses in parallel. And even if it is slightly difficult because there are 20 people working simultaneously, because if it is commercial software, they have to wait for their turn. Okay. So they can do that and then finally validate their results with the commercial software. So to come back to you, Varun, if everybody can afford a copy of Aspen Plus or any commercial software, by all means, please go ahead. But
Sir,
please notice that in our country, or HISIS, whatever it is, in our country, we are manpower rich but capital poor country. We cannot buy many copies of this. We have no option but to improve. And hopefully with your contributions, we can improve. My question to you is, without waiting for DWSIM's improvement, because we can always ask, I want pinch, I want this to converge, I want it to have better interface, all kinds of things. It may take forever. My question is, given that this is what we have, how do we promote it? That is the question.
Sir, it is open source software only, no software, sir. When we compare with other softwares like Aspen and Unisym, it is quite same as like that only. Only different is when we working on Go, if we converging a whole plant, it will take some time, sir, man hours time.
I know, but will you pay, let's say, 50 lakhs to buy Aspen Plus because it converges faster, whereas DWSIM is free? You answer the question.
What, sir?
Supposing you have to pay 50 lakhs, you are in industry, you have to use Aspen Plus, a copy will cost 50 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
Would you spend 50 lakhs to buy Aspen Plus because it converges faster? Or will you use DWSIM because, and everybody can use it in parallel? So that is the question I'm asking.
Sir,
Zero price versus 50 lakhs. If you are a student, you may not realize because it is, people don't even care about what happens in colleges, right?
Sir, I am telling that it is same as that only, sir.
No, my question is, okay, maybe we are talking about the same thing. Let us stay with the problem that DWSIM has these problems. If we have to solve without asking Daniel, what can we do? Daniel is a good friend, but he is a single person who is maintaining it.
Yes, sir.
How many people say that, look, I can learn enough of the back end, we'll go and help Daniel and say, hey, I want to improve this part. Let me work on it. Not many chemical engineers can do that. So that's the reason why I'm saying, given that this is DWSIM, for example, just to give an example, I said, let's do flow sheets.
Yes, sir.
Right? We have 175 flow sheets. When I started this project, I didn't ask, is it converging fast? Is it converging slow? How do we promote it as it is? Without complaining about its shortcomings?
Sir, it's shortcomings not, sir. If you upgrade it to like that level, means it will go, it can reach more persons, sir.
Correct, but then it requires a lot of people to do the work. You are asking,
Yes.
I'm saying
Yes,
don't.
sir, right now I am doing like that only, sir.
No, I'm asking something very simple. I want thought process. This is DWSIM. It cannot be improved any further. How do we promote it?
Right now, sir, in Aspen and Unisym, they have no editable options like unit operation. In morning, you told no, sir, Python script. Right now, we can write using formulas and converge the equipment. That we cannot done in Unisym or ISIS. We can use when you use DWSIM, we can do it like that. It may be helpful.
Yeah. So my question is, given that feature, how do we promote it? I just want to have just single track. We want to promote DWSIM in a bigger way. How do we do that?
Sir, Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but the CAM stations, the company that manufactures the software CAMCAD, is holding every year a competition named Process Simulation Cup. It is an international competition, and they give us some task. They ask us to converge a plant or make some changes in a plant. So maybe we can do something like that. I know FOSSI is there. It is really good, but something like this in which each and everyone focuses on a same project. So maybe this is a good idea to promote the software.
All right, thanks. Sam, Matthew, you had some suggestion?
Well,
Sorry. Yeah.
Sam, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead, please, Arjun.
Okay, thanks to the FOSSI group, I would want to share my experiences and sort of see if I can give an outsider view to this problem or to this promotion. So I am basically not a chem engineer, but mainly come from the mechanical and data science background. So I mainly working with Sam and others in my team, I got to know about most of these chemical processes and reactions. And this assignment was the first ever flow sheet. So what I had difficulties and what helped me really good was there were very helpful error messages from DWSM. So whenever I was having loops in heat integration, or whenever I was having non-convergence, there were helpful error messages that told me, hey, maybe you should add a recycle block. So that helped me, and even without going online and searching forums, I was able to sort of quickly put a recycle block and see if the solutions came. So that was really helpful, and I think given the target might be many of the students and entry-level engineers and those who want to explore open source softwares to develop on it. I think those coming from other backgrounds might really find it very helpful. If these error messages are really good in DWSM, and maybe that's an area where we can focus on and make it even better. That can be one way to look about it, because I didn't really have to go a lot online to find out how to go about converging. All the material was already there inside, and helpful error messages really made my job easier. That's one.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Sam here.
Yeah.
Actually, I happen to be a student in IIT Bombay. I'm very glad to participate in this now after almost 15 years. So what I saw as a possibility, because before moving to data science at Gyan Data, I was working in CFD, and that's the strategy that we understood. Also, there we have these open source tools in computational fluid dynamics. And the strategy that I think was just put down in the chat message also just now is like promoting them in the colleges, because why these companies like ANSYS or others don't care about things floating around illegally in the colleges is that once the people get used to it and the academia and they come to industry, then they're used to some kind of a product. So that's, I think, a very good model that we can, if DWSM is promoted at the educational level, at the graduate level. But the problem I feel here is, even if we promote it in the colleges, I'm not sure how many of them actually get into an industry where I think most of the time they have their best practices already in place, and then they don't want to adopt a new technology, let's say DWSM or something. They have a lot of reluctance to adopt open source technologies in the industry. But that is one of the reasons why ANSYS products started becoming very appealing in the industry, service or consultancy industry, because people were already used to its products through Fluent or other kinds of things in using it in academia. But if DWSM is also promoted for process engineers in academia, I mean, like, people get used to it that they don't let's say learn Aspen so much, then maybe if there are new companies which have to take a decision on the software, they might go ahead with this route. But if they have already existing practices, I'm not very sure whether they would be so easily ready to change something, because there is a reluctance at that end. That's one thing which I see as a hindrance. So we can promote in academia. Yeah, please, Arjun.
And Sam, I think on the pro side, it is open source. So I think it's really good in that way than the other proprietary ones. We can play around with it on
Yeah,
the
sure.
internet also.
So the answer, Sam, is even in industry that might have a policy, for example, unless they have Aspen results, they may not even implement those solutions. That could be a policy, for example.
Yeah.
But then, as I mentioned earlier, they might have only one copy.
That's right. Yeah, floating licenses they have usually.
So as a result, it is better to convince them to develop a second solution, parallel solution, using something like DWSim, and compare the results. Final results, they can always take it and run it in, let's say Aspen Plus. It requires a little bit more effort to set up the new solution in DWSim. But once it is set up, then everybody can work on it because people are not
No
waiting.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt. I think this
And
is
then they
this is
can
very good. The
validate.
parallel stream is good.
Yeah, and then they can validate, and if they find the answers to, of course, if the answer is not correct, nobody is going to accept DWSim. But if the answer is correct, every time it is correct, after a while they will say, why should I, check it? Because DWSim seems to be correct all the time. So let's switch to DWSim. So that is the kind of confidence that we should bring in. It'll
Yeah.
take time, but that is something that we have been thinking about. Yeah.
All right. Sure.
Yeah. And
Sir,
also, we are working on OpenFOAM, and we are going
Okay.
to come up with similar 2 workshops on OpenFOAM soon.
All right. Now, I have left CFD for good for already
Got it.
6 years now since being in GAN data.
All right, no problem. Yeah. Anything else?
Is it possible to make the part of curriculum, sir? As someone said in the comment section, is it possible to make the DWSim as the part of curriculum? Because as far as the Aspen Plus, Aspen ICE is concerned, institute has to pay some amount, not as much as the industries are paying, but institute has to pay some amount. Whereas students can't use in the hostels or where they are living, they are only possible to use inside the labs only. Whereas with respect to DWSim, if we make part of the curriculum, students can obviously use in their homes or hostels wherever they can. So in this way, we can promote DWSim. So if we make the part of curriculum, we can make it.
Okay, good idea. Naren, you have anything to say?
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I just want to iterate your point on industries using DWSim. So recently we had a kind of a consultancy from a company, which is a very small company in terms, it's not a very big petrochemical company. It's a very small, they just make liquid carbon dioxide. They just get the carbon dioxide gas, liquefy, and then make it a carbon dioxide liquid. So they just want to study about a few material balances, that's it, and energy balance in their very simple equipments, which are primarily compressors, heat exchangers, nothing more than that. And there we didn't give them a flow sheet. Rather, what we did is we showed them how to make flow sheet. And now their own company people are making flow sheets for their different plants because they have plants in different locations. And they're trying to understand, they are all actually operator people. They very well know what parameters to put, but they are trying to get now insights on why those parameters are set like this in DCS board. So it's a kind of learning, which is rather than blind going by somebody's experience or on the DCS manual. Now the operators or the engineers who are sitting on the plant knows if they get an impurity of even 0.01%, like say hydrogen sulfide in carbon dioxide liquid is not acceptable, what is the change that they have to do and why is the system behaving like this? So I think in this fashion, forget about the design part, but I think there is a lot of value addition to the actual operation people also, because even if a company has Aspen, it would be typically with the research group or with the technical service or with the process development. It will not come to the operation part. So this is something I just want to share of one experience. And in fact, there are there's another group, another consultancy which we did was on another software which you are going to take up in a short while on Open Modelica. So they wanted to use Open Modelica to build their flow sheets. And the primary reason is that when they sell their flow sheets to somebody else, they don't want to get caught, because you cannot make a flow sheet in Aspen and then distribute to somebody else, because then the other end person should also buy it. So this is something I just want to add to your points on what was the industry aspect. Right.
Okay. Great.
Right.
Thanks. Anybody else? So one of the other sections that we plan to include on the DWSIM webpage is experiences in the curriculum. How they used DWSIM in the curriculum. That is something we plan to include. And we have heard, we have received queries from various people. There are many people who are using DWSIM. I thought that would be something useful on the webpage. And then the other one is thermodynamic compound creation. That is something we discussed in the morning. We have to figure out how to pose it as a problem and make people contribute, because lack of thermodynamics is one shortcoming. Lack of sufficient number of compounds is one shortcoming. So that with crowdsourcing, we may be able to address. So these are two things that we are thinking about. Any other addition to this is welcome.
So I had a question about, the promotional material that is put, the tutorials, or if there are more tutorials apart, the spoken tutorials that you have, I think they're tied to the website, but like on things which are more accessible from outside. And when I was searching, for example, for learning material for DWSIM, I must say, unfortunately, the spoken tutorials did not show up so quickly. I was wondering whether you have any plans to put it on more accessible platforms which are more popular, which come up more easily on search engines, like simply YouTube. If you could have in different languages. I had the same idea, not only for DWSIM, but generally for Python programming language, or, promoting among the people who are speaking Hindi, Malayalam, Tamil. If it is more on YouTube, at least from there, they can be directed to the resources that you are setting up on FOSSEE website.
Okay.
So I would like just to add here, sir. This is connected to response to what Mr. Sam has told. If you open actually DWSIM and go for the sample flow sheet, okay, and you go for the samples, you have, I think, about 40 sample flow sheets, which is provided by Daniel himself. And the FOSSEE flow sheets, I think something are about 100, I suppose, right? Already made available within DWSIM. So I'm just seeing the current number that is there in DWSIM. Probably it is 174. So 174 flow sheets of FOSSEE is accessible from DWSIM setup without even coming to the FOSSEE portal. You don't even know that there is something called FOSSEE or whatever. You don't need to know the name. You don't need to know all this. Just open DWSIM, go to FOSSEE flow sheets. There are 150 flow sheets. So this I just want to tell to all the participants if you have not explored that.
So how do we use it to promote? How do we use this information to promote? Yes, we have that.
Yeah, this I think probably people might have not checked it. And I think as we discussed yesterday, one other thing could be on LinkedIn, where we can host the flow sheet as an image tagging to a chemical that is being solved, because many people might be searching for a chemical name. They may be related to that operation as such. So in case if they find this in LinkedIn, because LinkedIn being professional network, so if they work on, let's say, para-aminophenol, so if the para-aminophenol flow sheet is available in LinkedIn and they come across this, probably then they will look into DWSIM. So this is what we discussed, and I think Priya will do that in a course of time.
So LinkedIn idea is a good idea. We'll do that. By the way, I have shared my screen. Can you see? So this is DWSIM, and because Daniel is a friend, he has put FOSSEE flow sheets here about FOSSEE, and then it goes there to our website. But all the 174 flow sheets are here. Okay, so that's a good point. But the question is, how do we promote it? Fine. So if there are any other thoughts, you can please inform us.
Yeah,
It's,
apart from LinkedIn, I think we can also go for a Facebook page for FOSSEE. I mean, the company think of a Facebook page and Facebook page for the simple reason. Now, many of the EPC consultants might be having contract parties. I mean, they may not be the actual, like, for example, if you take L&T might not directly recruit. L&T may give it to a hiring agency, manpower agency, and that manpower agency may recruit. That manpower agency might be present in Facebook also in a large number, same like LinkedIn. And there, they might be looking for the skill sets or specific examples. So I think this could also be one way wherein the exact flow sheet picture along with that chemical process, some keywords of that chemicals, if it is made available, I think that will come up in the search and probably the reach could be better.
So if we can get names of, let's say, recruiters for chemical companies for EPC,
yeah,
then we can actually organize a job fair for them, for example.
Okay.
If they are going to get jobs, if they know DWSIM, they will definitely, there will be a,
yeah. So,
you know, better,
that's possible. I think one of the graduate student has, I think, collected a list of companies of probable this EPC consultants or manpower hiring consultants. So through him, we will get it through. I mean, he's classmate of Priyam. So I think it is easier. I'll just connect it through him.
Yeah.
Right.
Sir, as per Naren sir told, posting flow sheets in LinkedIn or FB, while posting that flow sheet, you should post the result as per DWSIM result as well as the Aspen result. Then it will take the company to use DWSIM.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know about what are the permissions available or required to display Aspen results, because we don't have a copy of Aspen Plus, and the person who solves it should have a copy of Aspen Plus. So if possible, we will explore that. Okay. Is Kasim there? Kasim and Yash?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah. So this is something that you please talk to Priyam and find out. We have 174 flow sheets. About 70-80 people have created them. So they can create and then link to FOSSEE. So then
Okay,
put the name of the compound and so on. I'll ask you to talk to, I'll connect you with Professor Naren. Find out what he has in mind and be in touch with Priyam also, and then get it implemented. That will certainly improve the popularity. Of course, lately our DWSIM work is getting noticed in a bigger way. So, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.